the State Bank of India has entered into a partnership with Adani Capital to engage in co-lending for farmers. See the interesting story. The Adani Capital and SBI join hands to provide loans to farmers to buy tractors, farm implements, thereby increasing the farm productivity and the fiscal situation of the farming community. Well, surprisingly, this co-lending agreement is a part of the Reserve Bank of India's co-lending scheme. Not just the State Bank of India, even other public sector banks are also tying up with the private companies for having this kind of a co-lending program. So let me first tell you what is SBI and what is Adani Capital. Adani Capital is nothing before State Bank of India. Does State Bank of India really need a small or little known enterprise called Adani Capital to lend to the farming community? So I am not telling that Adanis are a smaller enterprise. Adani may be a big business house, but Adani Capital, which is a private sector non-banking finance company, is certainly a smaller player in the field of finance. So I'll give you the comparative statistics also. State Bank of India has a total branch network of 22,000 branches, while the Adani Capital has only 60 branches, 60. Second comparison, I don't have figures for the ATMs of Adani Capital, but the State Bank of India has a network of 64,000 ATMs, whereas Adani Capital will not have because it's not a bank. Then second comparison is, the State Bank of India has a total asset base of 48 lakh crore, while the Adani Capital has an asset base of just 13,000 crores, 13,000 crores. Where is 48 lakh crore? Where is 13,000 crores? Is there any comparison? Then third, the State Bank of India has 1.4 crore farmers accounts already, whereas Adani Capital has just 28,000 farmers accounts. Where is 1.4 crore? Where is 28,000? Then the next comparative statistics. The State Bank of India has so far given loans to the tune of 2 lakh crores to the farmers, whereas Adani Capital has a total loan book of mere 1,300 crores, 1,300 crores for farmers. So why should State Bank of India need Adani Capital to expand the coverage to the farming community? Can anybody do it? And the other interesting aspect of this co-lending agreement is Adani Capital will select the customers, will select the loanees. So the single point of contact will be Adani Capital. State Bank of India will not have any say in choosing the customers. But State Bank of India contributes 80% of the loan amount and Adani Capital contributes only 20% of the loan amount, which means the State Bank of India bear the maximum risk, but Adani Enterprises with a minimum risk expands its capital base, expand its small capital base among a large customer base. See the interesting story. So what does it mean? It simply means the public-private partnership is proving to be a private appropriation of public resources. So it is a private enterprise using the fiscal muscle, financial heft of a largest bank of India to expand its operations. So Adani Capital will piggy ride on the State Bank of India and expand its capital base. A similar agreement was reached earlier with the Ambanis. So Ambani's launched Jio Payment Bank and there was an agreement with State Bank of India. SBI contributed 30% of the capital requirement. The remaining was contributed by the Reliance Industries Limited. The then State Bank of India chief, after retirement, became special director on the Reliance board to see the nexus, how it operates. So, if the State Bank of India really wants to enter into the payment bank sector, it can obviously do on its own because its financial expertise is so high compared to the Reliance Jio Payments Bank. Interestingly, the payment banking sector was earlier part of the Reserve Bank of India supervision. So, to facilitate the private companies which are entering this market, a payment regulatory board has been set up exclusively to regulate payment bank and remove the Reserve Bank of India's supervisory role on the payment bank sector. So, this is yet another example of how the private sector capitalizes, exploits the resources of a public sector company to expand its business activity.